Yeah, he's smaller, Shelby.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Darnold looking to start with a pass. Open man is Jalen Naylor. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the 31, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. Oh, nice move. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And some space here. There he goes, right side. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 65 yards. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He stiff arms him. And he's going to be forced out of bounds.
Yeah, that was close. Fuck.
Big yardage that time for Washington. 66 yards. Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson.
Good shit.
Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Commanders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
And that is a great answer here offensively in this first quarter. You start the game flat, your defense gives up a quick touchdown, but you turn right around and take it down the field yourself quickly and finish with the touchdown run. This could be a game of offense. We've seen 2 sharp drives in the first few minutes.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin.
Good shit.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Darnold. And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now here we go on 4th. Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings
Damn it.
possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
The score, Commanders 14, Vikings 7.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll go again to Jones. Unable to corral him. He fights through. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. One of the best of the last decade or so, Bobby Wagner in to bring him down.
At the Commanders' 37-yard line.
Oh, Darnold loses it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Now it's Darnold. That one completes and nailed it.
Damn.
They're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Daniels. He's got his man. That's Ertz downfield. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there.
Is it me or was dude's arm like glitching the fuck out?
I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
That shit was fucking weird.
To throw is Daniels. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Daniels. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Ooh! Broke the shit out of me.
Austin Eckler, as the first half is winding down.
Yeah, that was good shit regardless. I don't play this much. I've been on this like 2 days.
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive,
that was good.
This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you
regardless, that shit was clean.
You don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And able to get this out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Man, I'm trying to Hail Mary, but this shit ain't working.
Just one more away from getting off the field.
I'm not gonna get it there. I just know it. Fuck.
Or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes.
Off of play action, Darnold.
God dang, dude. Fuck.
Now another one intercepted. Picked off by
Yes. I love it.
An interception return for a Commander's touchdown. That bumps us up to a 3-possession game.
Hey, if you're gonna get your ass whooped, you gotta get your ass whooped good, okay?
This game out of reach before we even hit the locker rooms for intermission.
I can't even, bitch. This is good.
They don't have this game wrapped up quite yet, but 2 picks already, 1 to the house.
I'm too old to take this game that serious. I just play this shit to have fun, you know, pastime.
The lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis.
I got kids that would play this probably more than me if they could.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On the bootleg, it's Daniels sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here. But that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to take
Yeah, I'm surprised I even caught that.
4-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the
There was a lot of fucking players in that one area right there.
Get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And this play will be
Oh, that was clean. Oh, that was fucking nasty.
Pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line.
He just broke his ass like a fucking Kit Kat. Holy fuck.
On 2nd and 13. Running right, Jones. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They haven't made much of this.
That play right there, I didn't run too far back when I try to go around.
Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he
Damn.
just
not at
the 34-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Open man is Naylor. He's got it. And brought down. But
that was clean.
A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down.
I had to get rid of it, dude. You mow my ass down.
Here's Darnold. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson powering his way forward. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. Marshawn Lattimore finding his way behind the line and to the football. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the counter, here's Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's Darnold on the move to his left. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. Now 2nd and 9. Robinson with another carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Tressway now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive.
God bless.
And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
I can't throw it no more.
For them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field.
Good shit.
Washington. Jamison Crowder. 50 yards. And the Commanders have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Simon.
Yo, I would gladly take this loss. It was a good game. Oh, for sure.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
This is actually my biggest loss.
Offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
I've only lost like 3, and this is included. This is the biggest one.
To erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
I've been playing a little bit off and on, but right now I started up a stream and I'm just chilling.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. And that's another play that's painted the picture.
I'm going to go ahead and punt it and try to get this clock to run down.
Big turnovers and stops for one side.
Nah.
And an inability to advance the ball from the other.
I'm trying to end this game so I can smoke, bro.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I'm gonna finish this game, smoke, start up another one.
His defense.
Absolutely.
If I get you again, maybe it'll be a different come around, you know.
For Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So a victory here for the
Good game, man. I got my ass whooped, and I'll take that with pride.
But second, third, and fourth quarter, they held him scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for
That was good.
2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you see baseball, and the pitcher goes through
Good job, man.
the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis.
Welcome to Baltimore's Inner Harbor. 70,000 plus have filled.
What's good? How you doing today?
Since 1998, the home of the Ravens.
I'm gonna hit this ball real quick. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that, boss.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go, here in Baltimore. Hardy now with the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now the first carry for King Henry. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset. But as always, there's the exception to every rule.
Are you done throwing out whatever fake calls you were doing on the mic?
In motion comes Andrews.
You don't take this game that serious, do you?
Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. For no gain.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Second down. Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now to throw on first down. That is intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone. Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Now Darnold. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And he will score. T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown, Vikings. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. We'll see a return here from his own end zone. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. They leave Flowers wide open. He's got it. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Rashad Bateman, the intended target, and it'll lead to a second down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway.
Oh, big hole, left side. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
One quarter in the books. It's the Vikings with the edge. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Aguilar goes off in motion. Again, it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the Vikings 34-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, here's Jackson. Going up top and looking for Andrews.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack, second down big play attempt, falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
Got his man at the 6. And he's in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. To return, it's Brandon Powell. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down. Here's Darnold again. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea...
And he will get into the end zone. T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown, Minnesota. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. This will be caught. And he's going to take this into the end zone. I wasn't sure we'd ever see a fake extra point again, but this one works. So instead of 1, they get 2. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here's 1st and 10. Aguilar goes off in motion. On 1st and 10, Jackson. This one caught downfield by Flowers. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Jackson now. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
That catch puts him over 100 yards for the game, and we still have another half to go. That catch picks up the first down. Bateman is the motion man. Jackson up top again. He's into space past the 25. And he's into the end zone. First shot, Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Extra point try now for Tucker. And he missed it. Wow, don't see that very often. Justin Tucker, one of the best ever. His career extra point percentage close to 99%. But he missed on that one. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he is going to score a pick six.
Good shit.
Touchdown.
That was good.
Point after now from Tucker. It's up and good. And the Ravens will up the lead to 5. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Howell now to bring it back. Now on the return, he has lost the football.
That's crazy. Good shit.
And when we talk about momentum and trying to stop negative momentum, it's moments like this. Not only did you just give up the big score, but now, Craig, they've got to get that defense back on the field after the fumble.
Yeah, and on one sideline, you're riding high. I mean, the last two plays could not have gone any better. And then on the other sideline, they couldn't have gone any worse. So on a day where he's completed, give or take, half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
On third down, Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. He is in. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. But everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock. And they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. Howell now to bring it back. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Howell now to bring it back. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. In motion, it's Jefferson. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big game. At some point, the offensive line cannot just be dependent on the perfect play call. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to distort the defense and create some space for the running back to run. In this case, nobody could win. Stop for no gain.
In motion, it's Jefferson. He'll try the jet sweep to the left. And he's going to take this all the way home. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings.
Just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game, and you can see here, they execute.
Now how about this? It's a fake. This is caught, and he's going to take this into the end zone. I wasn't sure we'd ever see a fake extra point again, but this one works, so instead of 1, they get 2. Reichert out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This one taken at the 10. A good return as he takes it across the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. It's the tight end likely in motion. A first down throw for Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 22-yard line.
And this will not be a spike. He faked it. And that is incomplete. A little trickery with the fake spike, but it does not pan out. 3rd and long for Jackson. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator...
Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. And the rush is going to get there. He'll go down. They were taking a big risk, going for it in their own territory. It will not pay off. It's a turnover on downs. To throw on 1st down is Darnold. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. And he will score again. T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown, Minnesota. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Here comes a return from the end zone. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. Pistol formation with Jackson. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19.
And now he's not spiking it. It's a fake. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Jackson looking to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens have taken a 4-point advantage. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Powell now to bring it back. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. First and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And the struggles in the running game continue. Take him down behind the line. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Darnold. That one caught by Hawkinson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Throwing, Darnold. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down at the 30. And this will not be a spike. He faked it. And that is incomplete. A little trickery with the fake spike, but it does not pan out. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it'll be second down. Darnold to throw again. This one brought in by Hawkinson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball,
that's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Off the play fake, Jackson. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Aguilar goes off in motion. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. On the give, here's Henry. Forget about it. They're going to lose more yardage there. Good job by the defense, and it's fourth down.
the offense had a decision to make. Was it more important to keep the clock rolling or maintain?
Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And that one will be incomplete. You know, that is some kind of call deep in your own territory, and that's one you're just going to have to live with.
So it's obvious during the course of the week in practice, studying the film, they thought there was an advantage they could take with their punt unit coming on the field and picking up a fourth down fake. But the execution just wasn't there. So again, you go back to the drawing board and you...
To the pylon, he's in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Now, how about this? It's a fake. That's caught. And he's going to take this into the end zone. I wasn't sure we'd ever see a fake extra point again, but this one works. So instead of one, they get two. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. They'll come up for first and 10. In motion comes Andrews. They'll drop to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, you're...
Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
A loss of 11. It's 2nd and 21 at the 41-yard line.
Now on 2nd and long. One last shot now for Jackson. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. So it is a win for our visitors.
Well, good game.
This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Thanks for viewing. If you did, I appreciate it. Like, share, sub. I'll be back on later.